Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Linda. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to view my videos to the end. Also, don't forget to comment. Welcome back to the story of today because it's going to be something else. Want to talk some mind-boggling like Mr. Sam. So guys, this is the story of Shannan Watts and Chris Watts. These two people clicked when they met in Facebook, and it is said that they met 2 years before 2012. That's like 2000, and your time yote they were just dating, so they got married 2012. And wakati wali get married, it is said that Shannan Watts alikuwa na lupus, and it's a disorder or maybe a disease that really interrupts your system. And hiyo time yote when walikuwa met, so 2012 is when they moved because they lived in North Carolina, and it is said that this is an area where but their parents also live there, so it's like ni mali walikuwa wamelelewa, yani ni kama venye umelelewa ushago huko ndio kwenyu na decide kukuja Nairobi kwenda Nakuru, kitu kama hiyo. So they lived there, and they moved to Frederick in Colorado. And each time yote it is said that Shannan Watts alisi daktari, but alikuwa na work kwa hospitali ya watoto, but aliacha hii kazi wakati alimove. Na alimove sababu ya hiyo situation yake ama hiyo condition yake, because it is said that North Carolina was not conducive for her na hiyo disease yake, so she had to move. So at least you guys muna get your picture. This is a husband who is trying to make his wife to be comfortable. Yani mtu mwenye anataka kuona place huko uko sawa, place huko there's nothing really unhealthy, yani ni ku make sure you are comfortable. In short, let's put it, just making sure this lady was comfortable. So in 2012 they moved, they are happy, and in 2013 they gave birth to their first child, who went by the name Celeste. And after around 2.5 years there, which was 2015, they got another child who went by the name Bella, and they were a happy family. And it is said it time yote wakati Shannan Watts aliacha hii job yake ya kufanya kazi kwa hospitali ama ni kwa children's hospital and all that, alianza kwa a company that went by the name Lavelle, and Lavelle ilikuwa kitu kama GNLD. By the way, nani ashaienda GNLD? Like hii kitu, it's like a pyramid thing whereby if you bring these people, you get paid, unaenda na levels and all that. And it is said that Shannan alikuwa poa kwa hii job, like she used to be the best. She used to even get gifts, get presents, get rewards, because she did well in her job, and she kept going to levels and levels. And inasemekana hata kuna time aliwin gari, to be precise aliwin a Lexus, because she was good at her job. And na inasemekana that Shannan Watts was a very bubbly person. Alikuwa mtu anapenda watu, alikuwa na friends, alikuwa anapenda and above all alikuwa anapenda hazi yake sana. Like she loved her husband. Like seti watu wengine hawapendi hazi zao, but she used to go kwa Facebook and ndasema aje, yani ana praise venye he's the best dad, he's the what, yani it's like I don't know, alikuwa tu na fidigo ya Chris Watts. Sisemi ni vibaya, kama alikuwa mzuri whichever way. She was a very social person, but Chris Watts, it is said he wasn't a very social person. So zile time kidogo zenye alikuwa anaonekana kwa social media, hakuwa hiyo bubbly, hakuwa hiyo, he just wasn't comfortable in front of the cameras, maybe behind, because wakiwa home they used to make videos, they used to do things, and I'm 100% sure Chris Watts alikuwa na hold the camera, because this woman for some reason ako kama mimi, sipendi a third party in my house. Not really a third party, but not maybe a family, but in terms of nannies and that, I'm not for that. So she's kind of that person, because she had these two kids and she never had a nanny. So hii incident ikifanyika, which was 2018, August 13th, 2018 to be precise. Each time it is said that Shannan Watts was actually 15 months pregnant, guys. Udem ama mama alikuwa na mimba 15, that's only 15. Yeah, 15 weeks pregnant. And each time, which was 13th, now 12th of the same month, which was August 12th of 2018, it is said that Shannan Watts alikuwa anakuja ama anarudi from a business trip. Business trip ikiwa business ya hizo the GNLD that I've explained, not really GNLD but ilikuwa inaitwa Lavel, but ilikuwa ina work the same way GNLD na work. So alikuwa ameenda business trip to Arizona, na hii time akienda friends wenye walikuwa na wakuna yeye hiyo place walikuwa wanasema she was like absent minded, alikuwa na disturbed, alikuwa na kama there's something somewhere inamsumbua, because nimewaambia alikuwa very bubbly person, alikuwa happy person, a person who had made so many friends, a person who always there was a lot, life was just oozing out of her. But hiyo time alikuwa tu alafu maybe pia mtu angesema ni ball, because the ball inakuja na mambo mob, but friends said that it was more than that, because she acted weird and she looked very tired. Okay, kwa tired tunajua ni mimba, but kuna vitu zingine that were happening that she was not really talking about. But it is said that she had a friend who went by the name Nicole, and Nicole kind of knew a lot as far as the relationship of these two people, who is Chris and Shannan, really was. But each time yote it seemed that there was something, kuna tu kitu ilikuwa ina happen. Unajua hizi manyumba ziko tu na mambo, but it seemed there was something really eating Shannan kutoka huko chini. Kuna tu kitu ilikuwa inakula hati yake, ilikuwa tu inasumbua mahali, but it's like she was not talking about it. So hiyo 12th is when they came back from the trip, and remember akona watoto wawili, a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old, and these two kids were left home with the father, who was Chris Watts. And it is said that hii time waliachwa na baba yao nyumbani, Chris Watts alienda kwa jirani, akaambia jirani ampe msichana wake akuje like it's like babysitting, akuja muangalilie watoto. Alikuwa anaenda, there was something alikuwa anaenda, something like watching a football somewhere, and the lady came kuangalia watoto and all that, and Chris left. Guys, Chris hakwenda kuona ball. Chris alikuwa na mpango wa kando, and wanaume yawa, alikuwa na mpango wa kando. And of course, hata kama ni wewe huwezi enda uambie jirani ati kuja nipe msichana wako anikalie na watoto wangu na naenda kuona mpango wa kando. Nobody does that. Like utangalia what to say. So that's what he said, and the lady came na akangalia watoto. So that's now previously. Now your 12th, it seemed that the flight yenye Shannan Watts na Nicole, which was the friend mwenye walikuwa wameenda na yeye, kind of delayed, so wakafika home very late, and she was dropped by Nicole. She looked happy but really tired, of which it's understandable. Like umetoka trip, ni flight and all that. Miss Jai take flight, so simoni changi. So I don't know the feeling, I'm just telling you what I hear people say. So akaingia kwa nyumba na a suitcase that, the way alikuwa anabeba, it was something heavy. So it means hii trip, it was a bit long, because the way she was carrying things, it seemed like she was really struggling to carry them to the house. So that was the last time that Shannan Watts was seen alive. And kwa hiyo scenario, nobody really knows what actually happened. But it is said that hapo around, watu walikuwa na complain that walikuwa wameanza kusikia some kind of struggles in that house in terms of screaming, doing what, and watu walikuwa nagombana, nini. So uwezi enda kwa nyumba mtu uanze kuuliza what's wrong, but that's what they reported when the incident actually happened. So they came in 12th. Now 13th in the morning, this is now when the camera of a neighbor who went by the name Nathan's ili capture Chris Watts akileta gari yake karibu na nyumba yake, and kind of loading some mizigo tu fulani, hakuna mtu alielewa at that point, but later they got to know ni mizigo ilikuwa inakaja ilikuwa nini. So hii time when the car was brought near the house or near the garage and the luggage was loaded, Chris Watts left with it, and nobody really heard from Chris, but it is said that hiyo time Chris, I don't know at what point Chris alienda shule kuambia mwalimu shule that the kids will not be going to the school anymore. I don't know why he did that, because he kind of sold himself when he went to school to do that. So Chris left with the kids, not the kids, but with the luggages to wherever he went. But it is said that mwishowe alienda mali alikuwa anafanya kazi. Apparently, he was working in an oil company or a petroleum company that went by the name of Anadako. But watu walishangaa why alileta gari karibu na nyumba na hafanyangi hivyo. It is said that Shannon Watts hakuwa anapenda hiyo gari kuja so close to the house, ilikuwa inakuwa kwa driveway. But on that particular day, gari ililetwa paka karibu na nyumba and some things were loaded. So according to everybody else, alikuwa anaenda job hiyo wakati, so nobody really took an alarm out of the scenario hata kuleta gari. You know, people do something peculiar once in a while. It doesn't have to be something wrong is happening. The friend Nicole now decided to call and maybe amjulie hadi mamkaji, you know, just being a friend kawaida. You know, kuna watu wako na friends, but me, I don't have such friends. So akacall but nobody really answered. Like it wasn't si call moja ali make several calls, nobody picked. Akaandika enough text, wacha tu niandike enough text, but nobody answered back. So she decided to visit, which for me his story likani kama the friend akwa na kafa, because there's no way ange make that first visitation kama kweli alikuwa na kafa. So wakati alivisit, you know, kuna hiyo sijui niseme aura ama sijui niite aje, hiyo feeling ya when you go to somebody's house you have that feeling hakuna mtu hapa, ama you have that feeling hata kama kumenyamaza you feel that hapa kuna mtu. But it seemed like nobody was in the house, and Nicole noticed zile viatu zenye Nicole Shannon alikuwa amevaa previously ziko kwa mlango. She tried like kuchungulia kwa through the glass, hakuna, through the windows hakuna, nothing, like literally hakukuwa na kitu. So akatry call Shannon, but nobody answered, texting nobody answered. So she decided to call Chris Watts, and Chris Watts akamwambia that Shannon and the kids had gone to a play date. Nicole akambia Chris she call police ama authorities wakuja do a welfare checkup. Sijui kama Kenya tuko na hiyo kitu by the way, whereby if you feel somebody like neza kwa hapa ni feel like my mom is not okay, that I can call the police waende wa check on her. Like hey, sini fascinating, like niko hapa naweza call askari waende waangalie mamangu ako aje ama babangu ako aje ama watu wangu wako aje mahali, I'm feeling something is wrong. Like hey, Kenya mnafahamu implement sijui mfanye aje, sijui hiyo kitu we make ikwe Kenya whereby there's a welfare check on people. So wakati aliambia Chris hivyo, Chris akamwambia don't involve the police. For me that's like a red light, because why I'm not involving the police, I'm just trying to check on my friend. Why are you involving, unajua inaka kama crime, I'm involving somebody in something, you know. But wakati aliendelea wakati Nicole ako hapo bado anaendelea kucheck, yani bado tu ako na hiyo urge ya kujua what's up, kwa nini inaendelea hapa, friend yangu ako aje. She called the doctor penye alikuwa na Shannon alikuwa anafaa kwenda clinic, and the doctor informed her that Shannon hakukuwa ameenda hosi, she had missed her appointment. And hapo sasa ndio Nicole alisema no, something is up, something is literally up. So wakati yako hapo bado anatry kupip, it is said that nyumba ya Shannon ilikuwa na some kind of a camera whereby kama kuna mtu anatry ku break in, anatry ku do something around there, it informs Chris Watts. So ikamuinform tena. So Chris called Nicole akamwambia msebu toka kwa nyumba yangu, nimekuambia Shannan na watoi walienda play date. Stop trying to break into my house. So that's when Nicole decided to call the police, and the police arrived. And when the police arrived, waka call Chris. Chris came, and when they called Chris akawambia, I'm on my way, because they had actually told him wapatie password ya password ya the garage, because through the garage you can access the house. But now the Chris akawambia that hiyo password I work, but he's on his way akikuja. So wakati alifika, he was a calm person, all that, trying open the house, watu wakaingia, the police and Nicole wakaingia kwa nyumba and all that, trying to check if there's something wrong. And wakati waliingia tu kwa nyumba hivi, Nicole saw the bag, ile bag yenye walikuwa wametoka nao previously. Akaona hiyo bag iko tu kwa mlango hapo, akaona pass, like kabag hivi, unajua tu pass iko hapo, na it was open, like it was somebody, like ilikuwa inakana kama somebody was in a hurry, because it was open. And it is said that Shannan had a very very extreme OCD, yani yeye vitu zake alikuwa anapanga, vitu zake zilikuwa always neat. So for when he called to see bag yake kikaa, pasi yake kikaa, it was kind of off. And wakaendelea kucheck kwa nyumba and everything. Wakati walienda kwa room ya watoto, they noticed that the bed haikuwa na sheets. One of the sheets was missing, and the other bed, because there were 2 kids, another bed sheet was missing. Wakienda kwa room, another sheet was also missing. But sasa what happened, side ya Shannan, kwa bedroom yao, side ya Shannan ilikuwa tayari not tayari, but it was ni kama, venye unatandikanga bed, unataka in bed yako, then unaingia usiku kulala side yako. So hii side ingine bado inakatu imetandikwa. That was the scenario, like inakatu Shannan never slept in that bed, na hii side ingine ilikuwa tunaonyesha mali Chris alikuwa amelala. So but at that point hakuna mtu mwenye alikuwa na blame, or not blame, but alikuwa na suspect that Chris anaweza kuwa the one who did something to these kids. So wakati the police are checking on this, trying to find out what happened, nini, but remember hakuna mtu ako against Chris on anything, because Chris was acting composed and everything. So the neighbor who had seen the car being brought near to the house, and some things being put in the car and everything else, akaita the police, akaenda kuonyesha the footage. And now that's when everything else turned. Yani Chris was out of his mind, because venye alikuwa, I don't think hata alikuwa in touch na venye alikuwa na behave, because alikuwa na behave so suspicious kabisa, like nimeshikwa kitu kai hiyo. But the police still did not kind of pin anything to him. So hii time yote when hizi vitu zinafanyika, kumbuka ni on the 13th, bado tuko on the same day that these people went missing. After hapo, now we'll go to 14th. Sasa 14th ndiye alianza kufanya some kind of public address and all that, try to ask for people who assist, kuongea, venye tu mtu anapatia yangu, unaenda kwa media, una try to talk, because media, when you talk to so many people, and try to maybe trying to bring his family back home. Hey, he is there, like the way alikuwa anaongea, he seemed to be really troubled, but kuna tu venye alikuwa anakaa kwa uso, yani there was a hidden smile somewhere. You could just see it, but you could not just, anakanika na smile, and because hakuwa na act kama mtu mwenye ako really in distress of somebody mwenye lose family yake yote. Remember, the wife was pregnant. By that time hatujajua hivi she's dead, she's alive, she's what, and the kids. Mimi mtoto wangu apotee 30 seconds. Ile kusweat nitakuwa nimesweat. Mimi sijui Chris alikuwa anafikiria nini. But for me, si feel alikuwa anafikiria anything, because he didn't look like he was feeling anything in the first place. So he was there, oh, I didn't sleep last night, oh, my kids, so you have my kids, did you do what, trying to give out your statement and all that. But I could see the bullshit out of everything that he was saying. But now, hii time yote akiongea, oh, nini, on this was on 14th. On 15th, now the police started now doing a thorough search, and the media was involved, everything else, a number alert was sent. On 14th, drones were introduced, zikaanza kusearch and all that, trying to find out if family ilienda wapi. And when they were doing all this, it seemed that Chris wakapenya hiyo anadak or whatever, hiyo company haikuwa mbali na nyumba yake. So hiyo time when the drone is checking, trying to see where these people could have gone, they spotted hapo kwa, you know, you remember it's an oil company, so iko na places, kuna tanks and all that. So hiyo place they noted kuna kitambaa, some kind of a sheet imetupwa mahali kwa hiyo field, because Chris, it is said that Chris was a field coordinator, so mostly kazi zake mingi zilikuwa zinafanyika kwa field. So hapo kulikuwa na a sheet that, guys, sikia vizuri, hii sheet ilikuwa inafanana na sheet yenye ilipatikana kwa dustbin ya nyumba ya Chris. So it kind of clicked, because mostly tunaweza kubaliana nini, because mostly sheets zikiuzwa zinauzwa mbili na pillowcase and all that. So walinotio nini, alafu hapo karibu kulionekana kama kuna mahali kulikuwa kumechimba kidogo, ni kama kitu somehow imezikwa, something like that. And they started the search hiyo area and all that. And on 15th alishikwa, and after kushikwa aende sasa, not really kushikwa but kuko interrogated, akakuwa interrogated, but it didn't seem like is you know, giving out the story the way it happened. But now alikuwa na seem like he knew something that he was not ready to expose or maybe to confess. And wakati ako pale, wakati aliona somehow ni kama ako cornered, that's when now alidecide kusema if you want me to say the truth, I want to talk to my father first. Babake akakuja akaongea. So he said, sikia ni people, sikia tu kitu Chris alisema, yeye aliua bibi yake, but yeye alimuua kwa sababu wakati walikuwa na argument. Remember alikuwa na mpango wa kando. So wakati walikuwa na argument, I think Chris wanted to kind of kuachana na hiyo marriage or something. So wakati waliongea, Shannan akakuwa annoyed, akakuwa in distress, akaenda kwa room ya watoto na akastrangle the kids. Hiyo ni story ya Chris. And out of the fit of rage, Chris akaenda akastrangle Shannan pia. That's what he told the father. And wakati, remember this is an interrogation room and there is amplifiers and everything else. So hata ukiwhisper, people will hear kinyo umesema, because it's something that any sound can be really hard. So hard, yani kusikika, not hard ugumu. So each time the police out there were interrogating him, there's this interrogator alikuwa anaitwa Tammy something, and another one, you know it is said that they are very prominent interrogators when wanajuanga ku get into situations, because this was a very bad case and it happened in 2018. And it is said actually that Chris is the most hated man in the United States. Yani yeye na ako in isolation, because guys, naweza waambia that if Chris alikuwa in any prison with the normal people, Chris angeshauliwa kitambo, because I have read and really nimesoma vitu mingi sana and kind of watching videos, I have come to realize if you go to prison and you are you did anything to a child, you cannot survive. Even if you are given a death penalty, you cannot live to enjoy it. It's not something to enjoy, but it's not death penalty that will kill you. Hao watu watakuua. So ako isolation as we talk. He's still in isolation and all that. But now hiyo time aliongea na the father, the interrogators wakasikia, wakaingia kind of cutting him off, because they were scared that baba yake angemu advice I involve the lawyer. Now remember, I can involve the lawyer, Chris will not talk again. He'll be talking through the lawyer and he'll be protected, and they didn't want him to reason that. Hawako wanataka mentality yake ikimbie hivyo, a reason hivyo, because they will not be able to sijui kumshika ama kumpin down. And polisi wakaingia wakaanza kuongea, so they are trying to kuminterrogate, kumwambia labda Shannan alifanya kitu mbaya, that's why you did this to her. Then he cracked, akasema yes, he tried to she killed my daughters. I was in my room and I saw through the monitor. Hizi monitor zenye unapatanga mtu mzazi ako na monitor kwa room whereby anaona what's happening in the kids room. But for me, I sleep with my kids unless you're 10+ years. So hii time yote these people, yeye alisema aliona kwa monitor that one of the kids was already dead and she was already blue. Remember, there were 2 girls and the other one Shannan was busy strangling. So mimi swali langu ikakuwa hivi, okay, kama Shannan aliua hawa watoto, why didn't you involve the police? You know, and if Shannan killed these kids, why did you hide Shannan's body? Because at this point hatujui mambo ya watoto, hata watoto aside, aliwaua sawa. Mbona Shannan hayuko jail? Mbona huku mshtaki? Mbona huku involve the police? Why did you hide her body? You know, and these kids now the police wakaanza kumuuliza, okay, where are the kids? She killed them. Okay, that's all right. Where are they? That's when he said that when he found out that the kids were dead, that's when he decided to like dispose the bodies. And guys, mustaki yani mali aliweka watoto wake, yani alichukua watoto akawa, you know the Nathan story where I told you alikuwa anaweka luggages kwa gari, ilikuwa the bodies of his family, na aliwapeleka kwa the oil site where alikuwa na work as a coordinator, and akadig hole hapo a shallow, tasema tu a shallow, let me not call a hole but a shallow grave, akabari Shannan hapo. And there was some hizo shit sasa zilikuwa, I think aliweka Shannan kando, akachukua mwili akaweka, akacha the shit there, and that's the shit that was seen by the drone. And watoto like this guy is so heartless. Alichukua watoto akawa deep ndani ya oil tank, an oil tank that was full of any oil tank yenye kuna oil imejaa, akadip watu wake. And this guy had the audacity ya kusema ati wakati aliwaingiza alisikia hiyo sijui ni yake that ushairusha kitu kama something in water venye that ka sound, sitaki kuimake because it's so disgusting. Alisema hata alifeel sound, and I don't know why he could even give such a detail after. Sijui kama bado alikuwa proud, because me guys, hata ukiniuliza the way this guy was behaving after killing his family, I can tell you again, if that family rose again, he could still kill them. He was not, yani si kitu alifanya yani sasa yako snap out of it and is like kai nimefanya, hapana. He was going to do it and again and again. And so he was arrested with 9 counts of 9 charges. Was tampering of dead bodies, which was 3, tampering of unborn child, and ingine ni killing, which was around 9 charges. And he's going to stay in prison for the rest of his life. And by that I didn't tell you guys the side chick that he had, who went by the name Nicole Kessinger. Wacha Nicole, the good Nicole, was the friend of Shannan. But by how ironic, she was called Nicole Kessinger. And Nicole, sijui alikuwa anafikiria aje, because mipango akani wafanya by the way. Anyway guys, that's the story I had for you guys today. And sijui mnyi mna feel aje, because hawa watu tunapata Facebook hata ujui ni akina nani, but I'm not saying it's because alimpata Facebook that's why alifanya Kenya alifanya. People have met kwa social media na wame live happily, but people have met kwa social media wame up miserable ama wame up dead. Wengine hata kuna wenye wako dead wenye hatutaijua walikufanga ama waliendanga wapi. But so guys, be careful when you decide to settle with somebody. At least try to do a background checkup, because I did a background checkup on the mother, and the mother is a narcissist. The mother, I don't know what, sijui angeza mtoto aina gani kama angeza Chris, because that's the only thing she could produce, because the way alikuwa anaongea, that just I can give it just the name of mother-in-law from hell. But guys, I hope you liked my story. I hope you share. I hope you click on the notification bell. I hope you will subscribe, and I hope you will comment. Thank you guys. I appreciate your support.